Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the dawn.
All right, everybody. Happy Veterans Day here at the Hassle Castle. That was a strange thing, your camera. So what I think happened was... turn those headphones up a little bit. What I think happened was...
Oh, wow.
What?
You turned it up as I'm
trying. Yeah. We got to get it up there.
I'm too loud.
Yeah, turn yours down. You're listening to ESPN 1170 AM, Don't Hassle Local, here in the Quad Cities.
We're just goofing around right now.
So something strange happened when I came in today. Like, everything was on, right?
Okay.
Like, the tower for our studio, the cameras and everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, did I leave everything on? Which is okay. Sometimes it'll act a little goofy. Like, it'll make things like... it'll speed things up, slow them down, or whatever else. And for some reason, it looks like it now. I don't know. And we might have to reset it after a commercial.
It doesn't want to show my moneymaker to the world.
I don't know. No, you're moving now. Okay,
I'm moving. I'm here.
So at the end of the show, I usually fade to black, and then I'll and then go live.
Okay.
I think we were just on black on our the screen was just completely just
so
done.
the last 24 hours you can watch
you could just
watch us black
dark screen. That's all you could do.
That's awesome.
Because it makes you wonder. You're like, oh, did somebody come in here? Did somebody do whatever?
Nothing like getting a couple extra followers that way, though. Somebody just clicks on it. What's this black screen? Oh, extra watch.
I did after the show, like.
You're just trying to get likes.
Yeah, I guess. Because I was like, wait a minute, was that on? Because I was on the KGYM. The Wednesday show that I always do, and talk to them about some lines that we're looking at and college-wise and NFL. And I'm like, wait a minute, no, it was blacked out. There's no, I mean, they didn't see anything or anything like that. But someone would have texted me. But
you weren't in here with your clothes off, were you?
No, nothing crazy like that. But yeah, so hopefully the tower is okay, and if it starts acting goofy, if we start skipping, then I can always just shut it down in between commercial and then fire it back up. But, hey, it is what it is. You can listen to us on ESPN 1170 AM. You can listen on the app, ESPN 1170 AM and ESPN1170am.com. Download that ESPN 1170 AM app, wherever you download apps. And like I said, we're on Facebook Live. Leave comments, questions on the Heritage Club Facebook comment thread. We do have a Thursday night game. We got some other ones to look at. I never got to hear your power rankings.
They're right over here.
All right,
I don't know
so
if
we're
you
going to
looked
look
over
at
here.
that.
Did you look at my power rankings?
I did not look at your power rankings. I'm trying to put exactly where I put mine, but I think I have them off the top of my head still, so we can compare them. And then we need to guess. Since we're now considered halfway through the season, we need to guess, like, what do you think the percentages are for teams to win their division, win the championship? We're going to look at 538, what they have up there as well. So
42%.
42%.
Yeah,
is that your confidence?
It's a good number.
All the way?
It's a good number. I like that number.
It reminds me of the movie Beautiful Girls, where everything is he's trying to he's like, hey, rate your girlfriend, because they wanted to get a visual before she comes into town, like, face, and everything was just like.
What movie is this?
Beautiful Girls. You never seen it?
Was it like from the 80s?
90s. Yeah, Michael
Early
Rappaport, Matt Dillon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Lauren Holly. It's really good. I mean, actually, I get the people off of all of them. Rosie O'Donnell's in it as well.
Rosie.
Mia Servino is in it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah?
I like it.
You like it?
It's in my top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
top 5.
It really is. Yeah.
It's up there, man.
It is. Yeah.
That's tough to say.
I know. It's in my top 5.
I was talking about top 5 movies the other day. You know what's in my top 5?
What's that?
The Devil Wears Prada.
Never seen it.
I love that movie.
All right.
I'm a big fan.
I've never seen it.
It's a good movie. Might just be Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and when I do my top 5, it never includes the Rocky, because they're just in their own thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of, tonight's the night. Rocky 4 at the cinemas.
Oh, you seeing that?
I'm going tonight.
You're going?
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
You taking the kids?
I am.
All right.
Let me tell you something.
Have they seen the Rockies and everything?
Come on, I'm a good dad.
I've never seen Rocky.
Adrian.
Jay.
Your name is named after.
Yeah, it wasn't mine. I didn't pick it. I don't know who did, but
they've seen.
They never showed me the movies.
They've seen. I know they've seen. Multiple times they've seen 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Probably stomach through 1. My daughter knows 3 and 4, and it's like I've said before. It's always on in the background on Christmas Day when we're making food for whatever is coming over. That is my. If people have Die Hard for their Christmas movie, the obscure one, Rocky 4 is my Christmas movie.
You don't have the NBA on Christmas Day, NBA.
Maybe afterwards,
maybe
but
afterwards.
yeah, when I'm prepping for the meal that I'm making or whatever else, because Rocky fights Drago on Christmas Day, so it's a Christmas movie to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's one of my favorites. And this is a director's cut.
Okay.
So it's like extra long.
So the kids will be sleeping.
Yeah, no. So I was wondering about this. Like, how do I present this to them? Like, they know it is, but like they're walking into kind of like, because my son's like, what? I think I need to watch all the Rockies. I'm like, well, yeah, you have to, but there's a certain way we go about it. Like, 1 is fine, 2 is kind of like, guys, it's not as exciting as it's supposed to be, and 3 is a tough one because when 3's on, as I've said before, the kids have never ever seen the scene. Spoiler alert, by the way. Sorry to do this to you.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
No desire. Still no desire.
When Mickey passes away, my kids have never seen that scene, and every time I either turn it off if it's on television, or if I have it on, I will fast forward the scene. And
Why have they never seen it? Just because
they'll never see their father cry.
Oh, okay.
So I don't. Yeah. So when Mickey passes,
you cry every time.
I get teared up. Yeah. So. That's
I don't know. I tried to go back and watch them, and somebody like showed me to them, and I just dogged it the entire time, and like, wasn't it? What? I'm sorry about it. Am I ruining your?
Hold on a second.
Just in general, I think
Award.
also too, just in general, like movies being produced back then just don't look good to me. Like, just the way the acting and the way it's produced, and I feel like, are we watching this on Lifetime?
Yeah. Not bad. There's some flaws in all of them, but if you just overlook it, I mean, to me, everyone's like, oh, they'll give me a hard time. But I tell everyone, Rocky's just a way of life. Once you let it in and it's in your blood, that's it. I mean, look at my cup, for goodness sake. By the way,
I see it.
Mark Van Severen gave that to me. Huge Rocky fan.
Oh, Marcus?
Yeah.
That's fun.
He's a big one. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So, but yeah, that's going on. Get this. I'm not the only person in the Quad Cities that's excited about this.
Okay. What Skip?
No. They set up a second viewing of this.
Oh, they sold out the first one already.
Yeah, 7 o'clock is just down to like single seats. 7:05 is in there.
Sense.
Yeah, so listen, as much as I talked about it, I was the one procrastinating. I got my tickets, but it's a 7:05 viewing, so gonna be great.
That sounds like fun.
It is gonna be fun. Now that's what I have to tell them. Like, hey, this is a different world back then. They're like, what do you mean? And I'm gonna have to explain to them like this Russia was bad. Now they're getting there again. I guess it depends on your political take. I don't care. But it was a Cold War, and this is the movie that ended the Cold War. Have you seen Creed?
No.
What? I think you'd like Creed.
Maybe just because it's produced better, probably.
Yeah. It's definitely an homage to all of them. I will say that. The guy who does it, and Ryan Coogler, is the one that did that. I think he wrote and directed it. He actually did it because when his father was sick in the hospital, they used to watch all the Rocky movies. So then he put together another one in the saga. Creed's good. Creed 2 is good. A little crazy.
Yeah.
I would have gone a different direction in Creed 2. But Creed was good. It had some questions coming out. This probably would have happened last year. Would have been the 35th anniversary last year in November of this movie coming out. But I think the COVID kind of pushed it. I haven't been to the movie theater in almost 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good time to go back. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it.
Get an icy for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be good. Listen.
That's half the reason I go to the movies, just to get a slushie.
There's a lot that's going to be going on tonight. I mean, oh man, when that montage hits of him working out, that's time to just go crazy. And then there's also the scene where
when he's jogging, is that what it is? He's like, get the sweatshirt on.
That's in Rocky 1.
Oh,
this one he's in Russia training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he goes into the beast there.
Into the beast.
But this is the movie that I started to hate Adrian.
I'm sitting right here.
Not you, his wife. I mean, I do not like her at all.
Well, I wouldn't either, obviously.
Yeah. Because she says in the movie when they're talking about it, and don't get me wrong, gosh, there's so much I could talk about this. Anyway, don't get me wrong. It is kind of weird because he accepts this fight. All right, Rocky's the champion, all right? Let me give you the story
Let's
here.
do it.
The Rocky 4. So,
Catch me up, Jay.
in Rocky 3, he loses the title because he doesn't have that Eye of the Tiger anymore. That's where the song comes from, all right?
All right.
Which, by the way, Eye of the Tiger was originally supposed to be in The Karate Kid, but they passed on it. So, Eye of the Tiger comes in, and he is trained by his former rival, Apollo Creed. Mm-hmm. So he goes, when Apollo tells him, I'll just give you the 3 and go into 4. He says, like, when this is all over, you owe me a favor. And Rocky's like, what favor? He's like, you'll know after this is all over when he fights Clubber Lang, Mr. T, who I've met, by the way, in person. You want me to tell you that story, too?
We got 2 hours.
We do. Met Mr. T in the spring of 1994.
Nice.
Yep. He was in town for a tough man contest that was at then called the Mark of the Quad Cities, now Taxslayer Center, right? I met him. It was at a bar called, my parents owned it.
Wait, isn't the iWireless?
No, it's Taxslayer.
Is it Taxslayer?
Yeah. And my mother owned the bar. It was called the Paddle Wheel. And he was staying at this motel that was there, hotel. And she's like, you got to come down here. Like the night before, Mr. T was there. And I was like, what? It was a Thursday night or something like that. And it's school night. But I was like, what do you mean Mr. T was there? She's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you got to, this is before cell phones. I'm like, you better find me wherever I am on Friday if he comes back in. So he comes back in. So I come down there. And he's like talking to some of the people, drank Miller Genuine Draft in bottles. Anyway, I remember everything of this. And I'm like, hey, will you sign an autograph for me? And he's like, yeah, sure, you know. So he goes, he says, who do I make it out to? And I go, Mr. J. And he looks up at me. And then he just makes eye contact with me, doesn't say a word. And I just go, Jay's just fine. Jay's fine. You don't have to do.
Jay's good.
So then, God, this is so
So
much
did
fun.
he make it out to Jay or Mr. J?
It just says Jay.
No,
yeah. And then I'm like, hey, you got to do the scene outside of Rocky statue when you want him to fight you. And he's like, no. I'm like, you got to do it. Like, I'm not leaving you. And my mom's like, hey, he's probably not going to leave you alone. He's going to keep pestering you. And I'm like, you got to do it. And then boom, just drops. He's like, hey, woman, I bet you late at night wishing you had a real man. Come on over to my apartment. I'll show you what a real man is. And that's when Rocky's like, you want to fight? You got it. So I had him do it. I was like, yes, so good. Anyway, Rocky fights Clubber Lang in Rocky 3. And at the end of it, they're like, okay, where are we going? They go to Jim, and Paul's like, we're going to fight one more time. The first one was a draw. You beat me the second time by a glove. Like, they both were fighting, falling over. So they're going to have a little sparring match. All right. So now we're going into Rocky 4. And Apollo is like, I got the bug to fight again. After our little sparring match, I feel like I can do it. And so he finds this amateur boxer, Ivan Drago, who's just insane. You know, he's all roided up. It's this Russian, assassin type of thing. So he's like, let's have an exhibition. So they have an exhibition. It's in Las Vegas. It's fantastic. James Brown sings in the beginning of it. That's where Living in America comes from, which I do a great rendition of that, by the way, on karaoke. And he beats him to a pulp to the point where Apollo dies. So that's when Rocky decides to come back.
Okay.
He's like, listen, my friend just died.
Oh, Rocky quit once?
Well, no, he was supposed to because his brain was a little punchy. I ain't punchy, yo.
Didn't he start out that way?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And so he's like, I'm avenging this death, which he didn't throw in the towel. And that's what Duke says. He's like, throw in the damn towel. And Rocky won't throw it because Apollo says, no matter what you do, don't throw in this towel. Once you stop this fight. That's what he says. So he decides to take on this fight without his wife's blessing. He's going to be stripped of the title because it's not sanctioned. And he's going to do it for no money. This is what he does. This is what he agrees to without talking to his wife. So I can kind of understand where Adrian's a little upset in this.
Maybe.
But it's not enough for the harshest thing that anyone can say to Rocky is what she said. So there's no excuse for what she says to him.
What'd she say to him?
You can't win. Nope. Unexcusable. I do not forgive you for ever saying. You do not tell Rocky you can't win. Nope. Not my girl. I don't like you. I'm done. I don't care if you show up later and whatever else, and you're in his corner and you think he can do it.
Passionate about
Very passionate about this. Yes, very.
Do you like anybody telling anybody they can't win, or is
No,
it
you
just
just can't tell Rocky.
You just can't tell Rocky. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's what tonight's going to happen or whatever else. My kids are going to see Rocky beat up a Russian.
That's exciting.
Give a speech or whatever else, and they're going to be like, where can I get the soundtrack?
Are they doing anything else with it, or just showing it? Like any?
Because supposedly it's a director's cut, so there's extra footage. So
Okay.
there'll be some things in there where I'll be able to tell you what they did extra, what they didn't. There might be, I read like a thing before where Sylvester Stallone talks, but it's not talking to us. He's not in there. It'll be like on the screen type of thing. There's not too much that I couldn't figure out of it, where I'm like, okay, I've heard enough behind the scenes podcasts or read this or whatever else. So yeah, I'm passionate about it. I love Rocky. It is.
That's good.
It is a fantastic. Some people don't like it. I don't get those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I don't know. I used to always say to people, but I always feel bad now because they bit me in the rear end once. But every time someone told me that they haven't seen Rocky, my answer always was, "Did your parents hate you?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So
thanks, bud.
But that'll bite you in the rear end because one time this person
You're
said
not
it.
even telling me that, and it makes you feel better, right?
I was like, hey, what's wrong? So I was at Pines one time. It was Sunday afternoon, like a bags league or whatever else, and a friend was there, a regular. And
are you sure this wasn't me a long time ago before we really knew each other?
It was not you. And the guy said, said something about Rocky. I don't know what. Maybe I was wearing a shirt, or maybe I was wearing a Rocky shirt. I don't know. And he said, he's like, I've never seen a Rocky. And I go, what? Did your parents hate you? And he goes, actually, yeah. My parents were really mean growing up. And I was like, whoa, all right. I think I'm going to stop with this joke.
Never saying that again.
That really came back. Like, I just started going into about his parents raising. I was like, dude.
We didn't even have a VCR.
Yeah, like, sorry about that. Like, let's not get into that too deep. But
he starts tearing up.
Yeah, I know. It's like Big Daddy when he's like, "You're not mad at me, you're mad at your dad." He's
I hate my dad.
Yeah, he's like, so. There's our start of our show. Gosh, and I am excited. Listen, there's still some seats for the 705. Go do it. Take your kids to it. My goodness. One is good. I'll take you through it. Two, there's only really one fight in it. So it's long. There's unintentional comedy in it. Just like dumb stuff in two that you're just like, what? But sometimes you just have to laugh it off. Like he's with Adrian one time and he's like going to buy her something. She's like, Rocky, you don't have to buy me anything. He's like, you like to have a good time, don't you? She's like, yeah. He's like, well, you need a good watch. I get it. So,
you need a good watch.
Yeah, he like to have a good time. And then he proposes to her. He's just like, I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind marrying me. I was wondering what you were planning on doing for the rest of your life. And she's like, what are you saying, Rocky? And he's like, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind marrying me. It's just like this.
Was he down on a knee? Or is he
yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then when Mickey comes, he's like, I think we ought to murder the bum because Apollo's calling him out. And he's like, absolutely. Somehow he took one word and turned it into a full-on paragraph somehow. Absolutely. So that's 2. 3 is fantastic. I mean, you've got Hulk Hogan in it. That was the birth of Hulkamania. He's Thunderlips in the thing. But that's all based on, like, real stuff. Like, Chuck Wepner was a guy who fought Muhammad Ali and was supposed to get beat up, and he went the distance with him. So that's where the story comes from. Wepner was he could have made a bankroll off of this. Instead, he took, like, $5,000 and was, like, on the set to be like, hey, here's what you should do with, like, a special assistant type of thing. But, and then Thunderlips, Hulk Hogan, which, by the way, Hulk Hogan is great in this, Thunderlips. The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball, great line. And that's based on when, like, Andre the Giant, like, boxed, I think, Muhammad Ali. They had a little a thing, and it actually spills out into the crowd, kind of like this one does. And also, like, Ali versus Antonio Nico, I think. That's it. So there's some things they took from real life and put in there. And then you throw in the Cold War. And then they killed it. I mean, he ended the Cold War, Adrian. This is also a history lesson for my kids. So not only a lesson about heart.
About heart.
It's about history as well, how the Cold War ended, and it happened in November of 1985. I'm excited.
Yeah, good. You should be excited. You fucking seem excited. You seem like you're thrilled about this.
I am.
That's awesome.
I know. And we just did 20 minutes on Rocky IV.
If you're going to do something, you might as well be excited about it.
Exactly. Anyway, we got that to look at and more. I want to talk to you about the finalists for the MLB awards. We talked a little bit on Tuesday, but I want to take you through.
Why do those take so long to come out?
Because they're trying to draw it out. Because if they do it in one day, the day that they do it, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a major announcement about something and steal their thunder.
Yeah.
So they have to be like 4 days.
Such an Aaron Rodgers thing to do.
It's 4 days to be like, yeah, sorry, now try your best, and he's going to do it. Yeah, trust me, something's going to happen. But yeah, I don't know why they take as long. And
anybody sitting there with Ohtani as MVP ticket, they're just waiting for them to announce it.
Oh, yeah.
You're just waiting for it.
That's that one, and that one is. And we talked about it a little bit, and Easer A's pointed out when we look at the MVP, all the 3 in the American League, the 3 in the National League, not one of them made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
this is the first time ever, right? That they didn't make the playoffs.
I don't know, because I think it's just.
I think I saw it in a meme on Facebook.
I think it's just recently in the last 5 years though that they started announcing finalists instead of just like, here's your winner, type of thing. Yeah. So, but
Mr. Bryce gonna get it?
Yes.
You got a ticket?
I don't.
You don't. You're not even that confident.
I did. Well, I mean,
Juan.
You know what? Now that you mention it, let me take a look here, because I made a text into.
To your bookie? Did you book it?
No, the Elite Sportsbook, and I said, guys, we've got MLB coming up. The finals are there, and there's nothing on here to gamble on.
Why? Some sites just don't do things.
Yeah,
I don't understand it. Like, I have to download certain sites just to like bet on Rookie of the Year for NFL and and, like certain things. Like, they don't have them on all sites. I just don't get it. Or like some sites don't let you do some sort of player props. Like, I've been kind of getting into betting player points in NBA, and one of my sites just doesn't allow it. And I was like, well, I'm just done with this app.
Yeah.
I only downloaded you for the free
$50 bet anyway. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, you're like you're the first on my target list when my phone says out of storage. Your app is gone unless you give me a new sign up, and then which means you just have to get like a new email as well, which is annoying. But all right, well, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at NBA. The NFL power rankings. Let's guess the percentage of what they can do. All that and more here on ESPN 1170 AM. I'll try to tone down on the Rocky talk, but I think you guys should be excited as well. Yep. And I encourage you to watch. Just go see Creed, if anything.
I wish I would have counted my entire life how many times that was said to me.
I can't believe I've never said that to you. But then again, you now understand that I don't like her. So, all right, one last thing.
Let's go. Come on, keep going.
I went to the Rocky. So it goes 1 through 5. 5 is terrible, like terrible. Like, it's almost, you'd never mention it when you're talking to other Rocky.
It'd probably be my favorite one.
You just never mention it when you're talking to Rocky fans. You're just like, we're not going to pass over it. Then they went and did the thing called Rocky Balboa.
I'm going to start telling people my favorite one is 5.
Yeah, that is a trigger. Just be like, what? Are you out of your mind? That is really good, though. If you have a happy hour talk and someone's like, hey, did you see that? And be like, yeah, I'm waiting for them to do the anniversary of Rocky 5. And we're like, they're never doing that. I mean, I would lose my mind. My head would snap back, and I would like glare your eyes and be like, that is never happening. That is never
Get out of Pines.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that should be at the 30th anniversary. I think that came out in 91. Yeah. Anyway, Rocky Balboa. I was like, now the internet is involved in Rocky, in my life. And Rocky Balboa came out in the early aughts. And I had somehow found a script online for Rocky Balboa, so I read a lot of it. And I knew it was coming, and I premeditated did it. And when he says in the movie, when he announces someone asked where Adrian is, and he said that she died of the lady cancer, that's what he says, lady cancer. Maybe not my proudest moment, but I stood up and clapped in the theater. Till I got told to sit down. Whatever else. Not my proudest moment, but that's how passionate I am.
Who told you to sit down?
It was my wife. Yeah, you got to sit down. So it was like not my proudest moment, but I was that passionate about it that I felt like everybody.
So wait, she dies?
And yeah, she passes away.
Well, thanks for ruining it.
I already did it with Mickey and Apollo. I might as well just keep going.
He's the only one that doesn't die?
Yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, in 5 he was supposed to die. It was written by Sylvester Stallone, and Rocky was written in the original to die.
Wait, isn't
Rocky
he in
5.
Creed?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like,
movie execs come in and said, Rocky Balboa is like Superman. He will never die.
JKLOL.
He will never die. And they basically they took that script and said, this thing is only happening if they just said he's not dying. So that maybe 5 would have been different. All right.
What about 6?
That turns into Rocky Balboa. They don't call it 6. And then it goes into Creed and Creed 2.
Oh, there is a 6th one, though. Like, and then
It's called Rocky Balboa, though.
Creed. So I can't call it 6.
Well, if you want to, you can. I mean, it's in the thing. But
I've called it 6 twice, and you've corrected me.
Yeah, it's called Rocky Balboa.
You're like, no.
I don't want to confuse people
not
out
Rocky
there.
6.
I don't know why they didn't call it 6.
So then 7 is Creed, and Creed 2 is 8?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So
is there going to be a Creed 3?
I think so.
And why wouldn't there be?
Yeah.
It's like the Fast and Furious saga.
I've often wondered whatever happened to Clever Lang, Mr. T's character after that fight. So I've actually speculated way too much about what he's doing these days. In Rocky
In
World.
Rocky Life.
In
Rocky World.
In Rocky Life. In IRL. In Rocky Life. That whenever. From here on out, and anyone ever says like IRL or whatever else in real life, and we'll be like, oh, in Rocky Life. Well, let me tell you what happened in Rocky Life. And they're like, no, in real life.
Seen 5?
I'm like, well, and then they say no in real life, and be like, well, what's the difference? Yeah, have you seen 5? That's when you chime in. Oh, are you talking about Rocky Life? Let me tell you about Rocky 5. It's my favorite. People just start doing shots they don't want to listen to us. Anyway, all right. Thanks for humoring me for that 26 minutes of talking about Rocky.
It's basically 27.
There we go. Yeah, we're getting there. All right. I want to remind you all to join R-Bar's text club. Text R-Bar to 1-833-302-2216 to sign up. You will get exclusive offers and updates sent straight to your phone. Also, event announcements, new recipes and content, contests and giveaway, and more. I know the Twins are putting on something for this weekend for the Iowa game. That'll be a 2:30 kickoff. You can go ahead and message them and or go to their Facebook page and send them a message. Maybe reserve a table for that game. While you're at there, check out their Facebook and follow and like while you're there. That's R-Bar at you text R-Bar to 1-833-302-2216 to sign up. Also, live music every Tuesday night from 6:30 to... Where am I? Oh, it's right there. 6:30 to 9:30. Brian Scow is there. I want to remind you of that, too, every Tuesday, so mark your calendar for that. We'll be right back here at Don't Hassle Us Local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Tyson Blazer, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 1170 AM.
Basketball fans, celebrate the NBA's 75th anniversary season on FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can place their first bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. I love betting the NBA on FanDuel because it's always easy to use, easy to register, easy to deposit, easy to find your bet, and now accepting Venmo. Lightning fast withdrawals. FanDuel pays your winnings in as little as 2 hours. There's no better place to bet on the NBA than FanDuel. Already have a FanDuel Sportsbook? FanDuel is hooking all customers up with $50 when you refer a friend. Plus, your friend will get $50 too. Just invite them using your exclusive referral link, which can easily be found when you tap the refer icon. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code Trevor to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. And make every moment more this NBA season. That's promo code Trevor. 21 plus and present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as an non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
When you own a business, every precious second of your life is spent focusing on how to make it successful and profitable. You spend so much time worrying about making things right, the last thing you need to worry about is when things go wrong. That's where we come in. Jorgensen Insurance, our worldwide resources allow us to give your business the most comprehensive and cost-effective commercial insurance plan anywhere. Online at jorgenseninsurance.com. Now, get back to work.
Enjoy the Amana brand advantage only from Family Heating and Cooling. A+ Better Business Bureau rated and A rated on Angie's List. You can trust Family Heating and Cooling to keep your home comfortable. Installing the highest quality Amana brand furnace and AC units with their lifetime unit replacement, you'll never have to buy another unit again. Ask about system discounts and Mid-American rebates available now. Call Family Heating and Cooling today, 563-359-1000. Treating you like family. Family Heating and Cooling, your Amana brand dealer.
Finding the right Medicare plan may feel impossible, but now it's anything but. With Walgreens Find RX coverage tool, you can compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, making Medicare easier than ever. Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things, with Find RX coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting walgreens.com/Medicare.
Riverstone Group has spent 125 years working to be the best. How would you like to join a local family-owned company with a great work environment? Riverstone Group offers a competitive wage and benefits package including health, dental, and vision plus, insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, and more. Current openings include quarry plant operator, assistant quarry superintendent, local Class B truck driver, electrical engineer, and fabrication shop utility person. To apply, visit riverstonegroup.com and click on careers.
I'm Steve Weisman with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Odell Beckham Jr. is a free agent for the first time in his career, and he's going to enjoy it. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and Kim Jones report the Pro Bowl receiver will take some time before signing with the new team. A decision is expected in a few days. Rappaport says the Chiefs, Saints, Packers, Patriots, and Seahawks are all teams interested in OBJ. Elsewhere, Aaron Rodgers may not be the only Packer returning Sunday. All-Pro left tackle David Bakhtiari was activated off the PUP list. He's been out since tearing his ACL last December. Kyler Murray says his progress from an ankle injury is, quote, crazy good, and he's hopeful he'll play Sunday after missing last week's game. But the quarterback was still held out of practice on Wednesday. And Steelers wideout Chase Claypool is being called week to week with a toe injury. He suffered that Monday night, but the injury is not considered season-ending as initially feared. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's. So thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6680 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6680. Enjoy.
Download our app, and the NFL will be in your pocket all season long. Football lives on your sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Hi, this is Derek.
And this is Skip.
We are the twins from our bar Davenport, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local
on ESPN 1170 AM.
Hey-yo. Hey-yo. I just can't. Anyway, we're back to show ESPN 1170 AM. Again, high fives can change and yous can What's going to happen, by the way, I said I was done with this, but what's going to happen if my kids walk out of there and they're like, did we just watch? They're walking home, that's for certain. They're like, what did we just watch? Let me get this straight.
Stay on the sidewalk.
Yeah, you're going home. Anyway, it's Veterans Day today, so thank you to all the veterans out there that served, enlisted, and everything else out there for us, for our freedom. So we appreciate you. I know there's a lot of things going out there tonight. There's already lines backed up at Texas Roadhouse for meals. People getting in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they get like free lunch.
Okay.
So so that's great.
I didn't think they open till 4.
Huh? Not on this day.
They open early.
They open early. So.
Oh, you saw a line out there when you were driving in?
Yeah, it was about close to 11 o'clock. There was already people. I think they were signing up to get like call ahead seating or whatever else. Or maybe they can get to curbside. I really don't know. Yeah. But when you make that turn off of 74 and then you're headed east on 53rd and you never see a line, because that's where I go to get to the backside of Pints, and you're just like, you see taillights. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah. And then I put it all together. So I know there's things out there, and you can probably go on Facebook and find a list of everybody who's doing
Sounds like
things.
There's going to be a line of Rocky tonight.
I tell you, thank goodness that the seats are already pre-assigned, or else there'll be some matches going on, some fights, whatever else. So, it's gonna be a great night. I can't wait. 2 showings. Who knew?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I know. I hope people are taking their kids. Listen, I will tell you where it all started. And back in the day, like ABC or CBS, NBC, and I think it was ABC, they used to have like Saturday night movie of the week. And that's where it started. Was my dad? We were watching on a Saturday night, and then we obviously, when Rocky 2 got to be on that ABC Saturday night movie of the week, we got to watch there. And then my father took me to Rocky 3 in the cinema at the theater in North Park Mall. That's right, Adrian. There used to be a theater in North Park Mall.
I did not know that.
That's right. Not too far from Aladdin's Castle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Aladdin's Castle was there too.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Yeah, so I saw that there.
Do you remember when there was like tubes and you could crawl in and kids could crawl in the tubes and stuff in the mall? You know what I mean? Like
No.
the playground.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, not tubes. I don't know what they call it.
I know what you're talking about, like a jungle area.
Yeah,
like Jungle Bungle.
I was trying to explain this to somebody the other day. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, Barnes & Noble wasn't there.
Yeah.
The food court was just a whole different thing.
Yeah, there was a carousel, all kinds of things, yeah.
There was Aladdin's Castle in there? Wasn't there like
No, Aladdin's Castle was down by where now I think the Orange Julius is, just down a little bit. So kind of like the you know where the big J.C. Penney's is?
Mm-hmm.
Not in the front, but it would be on the east side of the building.
But wasn't there an arcade down there too?
I'm sure there was, but Aladdin's Castle was dope. And that was every single father's divorced father's like dream. You go there on a Sunday with just a pocket full of quarters and just let your kids just go after it.
3 more hours till you got to go back to mom's.
That's right. Here you go.
That was some fun.
Listen, my dad was a master at Miss Pac-Man because of that Aladdin's Castle. He's like, I'll be here. You guys just keep coming back to me and eat quarters. Like, all right, this is great.
Sorry, I don't remember Aladdin's Castle in the mall. Muscatine Mall had Aladdin's Castle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I wish they had that stuff.
It was right across from Diamond Dave's. So like family would be eating, and then like I'd be like, can we go to Aladdin's Castle now? Like, I'm done with my tacos.
Now I know Analog does a pretty good job of keeping the video games like decent priced.
I just was driving up here today and they sold 3 new ones going in the door. So I don't know what they are, but
right on.
That's fun.
I miss those days. I was just thinking about that earlier when I was like, man, I'm trying to explain to someone that a movie theater was in a mall. You know, now there's nothing in the malls anymore. I can't remember the last time I went to the mall. I think it was like August. I had to get some shoes for my daughter.
You don't go to Bath and Body Works? Get some candles?
No.
Yeah.
I like candles.
I'm a sucker.
Are you?
Yeah.
I got this.
I'm all domesticated and stuff,
this is
man.
the most sports talk show we've ever had. This is great.
I got domesticated, and all of a sudden I'm there every other week.
Yeah?
I'm buying little wall plug-in things. They smell great. Make my house smell great.
I got this. I don't even know.
I don't know what
I've
they're
got
called,
this like
but they're
Scentsy
fantastic.
thing that whatever else. It's like a hot plate or whatever else.
Do
And
you
it
have
just,
like a Hawkeye one or something like that?
No,
I
but
have a Cubs hat.
Is it? But you plug this thing in and then you turn it on and it warms the
wax.
The wax, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
I got one of those, but I don't use it as much as these other things.
You like the candles?
Well, these things I just plug them into the wall and they're good. Like you screw them into this.
Okay.
I don't even know what it is.
You are domesticated.
It's domesticated. Oh man, it's so weird.
All right, you want to get all manned up and talk about sports and football? Okay, well, this is the one thing that if we were joking around about Aaron Rodgers and how he dominates everything.
We're going to start with Aaron?
We are going to. Because he got the fine, and I didn't get to talk to you about this.
Yeah, you're right.
So the Packers got fined $300,000 because they found out that, hey, you're not following the protocols.
Hey, don't do it again.
Yep, 100%. So.
A little slap on the wrist.
Yeah, and
thanks, Green Bay.
Aaron Rodgers and Alan Lazard each got fined $14,650. And they were fined that amount for gathering outside of the club facility or team travel in groups of more than 3 players. Tier 1, Tier 2, and or Tier 3 individuals. That's what the quote-unquote reason is. The Packers were, like I said, $300,000 after the NFL review determined that the team should have penalized both players, according to NFL's Mike Garafolo. All right, so that is where they got fined at. Because what we're looking at is why is C.D. Lamb getting fined more for an untucked jersey than what Alan Lazard and Aaron Rodgers got? Well, he has 2 violations for untucked jerseys that have cost him upwards of $20,000, and he will have to pay over $45,000 if he violates the NFL's rule again. A jersey. Untucked.
Yep. And it wasn't, I think it was, did you get a warning for that right first? I believe there was something before that fine, but still a jersey untucked.
Nope. Players are fined $5,150 for their first uniform violation, which covers socks, jerseys, and undergarments, according to NFL Football Operations. The fine triples with each offense, so a second violation resulted in $15,450. Lamb was first fined for an untucked jersey during the Cowboys' win over the Philadelphia Eagles on September 27th and fined a second time for an untucked jersey against the Carolina Panthers on October 3rd. A third untucked jersey fine would cost Lamb $46,350. How in the world can the NFL not go back to, I don't know, every game this week and see Aaron Rodgers not wearing a mask afterwards, press conference? Or, I don't know, every pregame that he has meeting that they have to do, because they have to do it with the media and everything else. Or they said they were going to review all the film in the Packers facilities. 650,000 emails they went through and found the emails of what Gruden said. Not good, but kind of feel okay about what he said about the commissioner right now.
Can't hurt your golden boy.
It's unreal. If you're 31 other teams, you lose in your mind.
Yeah.
Like, you're putting people at risk, I guess. I mean, you can't sit there and say, like, we're in this. I mean, last year, that's all we got. We're in this together. Mm-hmm. We're all in this together. Here's what we're going to do. And then it's just like, not a big deal.
Not only is he affecting him and everybody around him, like, he's affecting every other team in the National Football League.
Yes.
What if a defensive lineman came out of the game, the last game Aaron played, and it was like, I got COVID. And he's like, I've been following all the rules, blah, 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 and got it from Aaron Rodgers, shaking hands after the game.
It's going to cost him
that team, and
it could cost him a first-round bye. Very easily. And
Aaron's going to do what Aaron wants to do.
He came out and he said, like, yeah, he should have been more. He was on the McAfee show on Tuesday and says he takes full responsibility. He should have been more honest and open about what he was doing.
All right.
Yeah, sounds a little bit better, but
he bullcrapped around for a little while and just gave people the "oh, my bad" kind of thing.
Yeah, the whole thing
not
like
sincere at all from what I've seen.
He's not sincere. That's a cookie
he doesn't
cutter
care
thing.
About anybody.
It's going to hurt him I'm telling you, it's going to hurt him for. He lost that sponsorship in Wisconsin for whatever hospital that he was doing. It's not that big of a deal. State Farm is staying there behind his decision, but they are going to be more relaxed on their push of his commercials. The Jeopardy thing's a long shot now.
Yeah, he's not going to Jeopardy.
I don't know how much he's going to be able to cash in on some other sponsorship type of things for a while. It's a weird thing because it is a polarizing topic with the COVID and masks and vaccination. So now, and he even said, the right is going to champion me, the left is going to crucify me. But you do see it. We have mutual friends on Facebook that are like, I applaud him. Mm-hmm. Actually, I see more of like, I support Aaron Rodgers or sharing what his quote is, or I champion and crucifying, and I'm not left or right. I'm not going on CNN and I'm not going on Fox. Both of them are all BS, blah, blah, blah. And people are sharing that. I see more of that than I see any type of outcry of like, this guy's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, and what do you think that is? Do you think like, because why aren't there more people that like, hey, this guy, basically what we said. I mean, you could expose somebody to it. It's the NFL. Like you're supposed to, you're having PSAs. You're telling everybody to mask up, and your MVP is like, I'm immunized.
He's a dumb jock. That's what he is.
No, he's a critical thinker.
Oh, yeah.
Is what he is.
That's right.
He's not a flat earther or an anti-vaxxer. Mm-hmm. He's just a critical thinker. I just love that how he is like, listen, I'm allergic to ingredients in the 2-shot one, and the Johnson & Johnson. I fear death. I heard some things, And then everyone came back and they're like, what things did you hear? And he's like, death.
I heard that too, Aaron.
And they were like, wait, are you talking about the 6 women between the ages of 25 and 48 out of the 6 million that have the shot? And you think you fall in that demographic? And he's like, maybe.
Have you seen my hair?
But yeah, he's like, maybe, but you don't know. Do you know any? Do you know any? And they're like, you're talking about the 6 women, right? In this age group that you only fall in the age range, not in the sex, gender, or anything like that. Whoa. And guess what else, guys? What? I want to be a father someday. You do? Good for you, Aaron. So why aren't you taking a shot? I don't know. I don't want to be sterile. It could be sterile. I could be
sterile. I heard that once.
You don't know. Yeah.
I heard that once.
You don't know. Do you know?
And read it on Facebook.
Yeah, and that's his answer. Like, well, you're not a doctor either. It's just so dumb.
He's just critical thinking.
Yeah, it's and the fact that the commissioner looks goofy out of this. The whole uniform thing is crazy. There's other ways that you can get a fine for for these things: foreign substances on body uniform, chin straps, shoulder pads, thigh, knee pads, overbuilt face mask, unapproved visor tint, or lack of brand marks. These are things you can get fined for. This is legitimately. CeeDee Lamb paid it, but doesn't he want to go in and appeal it? And you can't appeal. It goes before. A player can schedule a hearing with the NFL over a fine. It's randomly scheduled to one of the league's appeal officer, Derek Brooks or James Thrash, both former players. The officer's decision is final. Can't you just go in and go, is this the hill you want to die on? Mm-hmm. Untucked. You're not going to worry about this. If I was the Saints, I would be blowing up the commissioner's office and be like, you took a 6th-round pick from us. Yeah. We got fined just as much as they did, and it was just on off the side mask last year. You told him you were not on the vaccinated list. You told him, and he still didn't do it. And you're just like, no, we have to follow this protocol. And I guess the only thing out of it that they can do is that this violation comes from an accordance of the NFL and NFLPA COVID-19 protocols. So I would assume do the Players Association have his back and just be like, you have to find him this way. That's it. You can't do anything more. And the NFL's like, our hands are tied. But you know what I'd like? I would like the NFL to come out and say that. Say our hands are tied. We realize it looks ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But this is the Players Association signed off on this.
Why aren't teams blowing up about this? Every team should be.
There. From what I read over the weekend, there were plenty of execs that are like, this is all BS. Yeah, like this is ridiculous.
I just haven't really seen it.
Yeah, but that's.
Maybe I'm not looking at the right.
I just wish the NFL would just do it and be like, we get it's okay to sit there and admit like a fault and just go, yeah, we get it. It looks dumb. We understand that, but here's the protocols by the Players Association, and we agreed to it. And listen, we could only get these games for you, the fans, if the Players Association signed off on these protocols. So it's a compromise here and there, and we have to follow the protocols. And then everyone would go, okay. Yeah. No one, you wouldn't have this talk. You wouldn't have people randomly. I mean, I've had this conversation twice today. Once at the gym and once earlier today at Pints. Someone like, what do you think about that? I'm like, oh, well, here's what I think about it. It's ridiculous. And T. Roy said a lot of things. He's like, tell everybody this. I'm like, I can't say that on the air, right? Mm. He's like, yeah, okay. Called the commissioner a lot of names. Can't say it on the air.
Can't say them on the air.
Yeah. So, I don't know. He's not going to live this down for a while. But when does this go away?
I want to see who's next. I want to see somebody else get in trouble now. I want to see, I just need somebody else to get in trouble to see what happens. To see if they continue with this same structure of finding people, or do they go off the rails here a little bit, and what happens if somebody, the next team, you know what I mean? They find them and then they take away a pick, and they're like, oh, wait a second, you didn't do that to Green Bay.
Yeah, there's going to be somebody. There's going to be, I'm all in the conspiracy theory. There's going to be somebody that's a patsy that they're going to find that is unvaccinated, that is walking around without a mask, and they'll try to push that fine onto them. Same fine, same amount, but the storyline to be like, he might have, it'll be like weird, like he might have infected 2 teams at the same time or whatever else. Like, just to be, and it'll be the
Rodgers
patsy.
did, Bucks and
I agree, yeah. But I think I bet you they find a patsy or whatever else. And I'm totally in on this thing that the NFL is fine with these stories. Yeah. Because I do believe we are getting more and more to the NFL where it's on in the background because we see it so much that the average person who's doesn't have a team that they're diehard for, or isn't gambling on it, or whatever else can just be like, oh, that team yesterday, like then on Monday, hey, did you see the game? Instead of like regionally, where Bears fans, Packers, Vikings around here, you kind of have a fan be like, did you see the game? Yeah, did you see the game? You know, it's Monday, you talk about it. Now I think it's, did you see the flag? And I think the NFL likes this. Did you hear about Aaron Rodgers? Yeah. Because they're not talking about specific teams, and they know they kind of lost that. Obviously, they have the eyeballs there. They have all the highest rated things or whatever else. But Super Bowl parties are turning into Kentucky Derby parties.
Yeah.
You can have, and honestly, go to a Super Bowl party, 80% of the people, even though they do 2 weeks, will probably be like, hey, who's playing? Like, oh, that team. You know, they're just there to just show up.
Be a part of something.
Yeah. Get tagged in a photo on Facebook or whatever else and feel like I really enjoyed that buffalo chicken dip. Yeah, that type of thing. So I think the NFL likes this during the week because you have a game like tonight, Ravens and Dolphins. I don't care. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
This week is not the best week either.
Mm-mm. No, there's not a lot of games on,
and
especially for this area. The Bears are off.
Yeah, that's what sucks is not having the Bears this
week.
Yeah,
you don't care so much. You're going to see a movie in the 80s tonight.
I'm going all the way back 36 years ago in a movie that I guarantee you, there's not a movie on this planet I've seen more than this.
Do you
movie.
think they'll turn back time with like the popcorn and be like, popcorn's only 80 cents tonight?
I would love that.
That'd be cool.
I guarantee you, though, there's not a movie that's been made in American film history that I've seen more than this movie. So it's, yeah.
Why not pay $9 to go see it?
$12.50.
$12.50. Should have sold on Tuesday. It's only like $6.
I was like, hey, these are my kids. They're just kids. They're like, no, but it's worth it.
So you're already down $40 now.
Yeah.
24, 36, 37.50.
I don't know.
What are you pulling out back here?
I don't know if you know this anymore, but I'm not done with Rocky now. Do you own a DVD player?
No, nobody owns a DVD. I do. Yeah. So I got a PlayStation.
Here's what I have here. I have Rocky 1 through 5.
You didn't even splurge on the Blu-ray?
Huh?
You didn't even splurge on the Blu-ray?
It's a good question because I don't know why I don't have that. I own the VHS version of this as well.
I thought those were like fake movies and just like it was just like in the box, like you know how like it just pulls out like a piece of cardboard with them on. And they just act like it's the movie.
Nope. I have and I have the VHS version of this.
Put it on, you know.
Yep. Put it. I don't. We have that on there. Yeah. So
we don't want a radio today, guys.
No,
I'm just gonna play the movie for you.
We'll just play the Rocky IV soundtrack, which is fantastic, by the way. Yeah. So
Dusty.
That's not Dusty at all.
I don't know.
So you don't have a DVD. You don't want to borrow these.
No, I do have a DVD. It's Dusty on the top. Look how dusty that is. Why is that? I'll clean that stuff.
Clean that. Take care of
I
that.
don't know what I'm talking about. My entire house is dusty. Let me act like
yeah.
I'm cleaning stuff all the time.
Yeah, that's great.
No, I do have a DVD player. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, not for me.
Yeah. So, well, since we're here,
talking about Rocky again.
Let's do our power rankings. Come back because it's 12:52, and we got to do one more. We got to take a break here before the.
Do you want to hit it with a trivia question, or do you want to later?
You know, give me the next one to do the trivia question. The next break, okay?
Yep.
And I'll find a trivia question for you, and it won't be Rocky related, but we'll maybe I don't know. Now maybe I feel like I should. Anyway, but we're gonna take a quick break here.
You know who won't get it right? Me.
Yeah, you have heard Luke on the air and seen Dave on our show. Don't Hassle Us for Locals. Happy to have Martin Family and Cosmetic Dentistry as a sponsor on the show. Martin Family and Cosmetic Dentistry goal is to help everybody have a positive dental experience, and that starts with the youngest patients at their very first dental appointment. The office is kid-friendly and designed to be comfortable for all ages. There is a designated kids area, and the entire staff is very experienced and comfortable with children of all ages. For the adult hassle maniacs, Martin Family Dental will take care of all your dental needs from your first cleaning to all restorative work. They have a relaxed environment to help you be as comfortable as possible at a place you'd like to visit. Check out their webpage at martinfamilydds.com and visit their before and after photos for whitening and also read the testimonials from very satisfied patients. Plus, don't forget to like and follow their Facebook page as well. Call Martin Family and Cosmetic Dentistry today at 563-355-6626 to set up your appointment. We will be right back here. Don't Hassle Us for Local ESPN.
The Rock says he's going to make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Turk Wendell, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So your headlights are getting dim? With the seasons changing, now's a great time to change them. Upgrading your headlights can ensure you'll be safe and ready to handle darkness and fog. Oh, and we recommend replacing in pairs. That way you won't have uneven lighting over time. You can get all of your lighting needs fast with our next-day delivery and free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Everyone, let's go! Casey's new Share Pack has a whole lot of good. A large Casey's pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and a delicious brookie dessert all made to share for just $19.99. Because good things are better shared. Like good stories.
He's been in my pocket the whole time.
Good games. Yeah! And especially good food.
Hey, save some for me.
Introducing the new Casey's Share Pack. A large single-topping pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and a brookie dessert all for just $19.99. Ask for the Casey's Share Pack or order in the app. Casey's, here for good.
So good.
Chris Canty and Mike Golick Jr.
I also need to know where my camera is because I do need a little bit of advice for a certain friend of ours here that we have seen. Because I enjoyed watching the New York Knicks. I enjoy what they have brought to the table on all this. Evan Fournier is a great addition for this team. We have seen him bring so much to all. I just have to invite my brother in arms here to come down the road I have been on. It's time to come on home. All right? I have been given this advice by people in my life that care enough about me to help. And so that's all I want for everyone else here. Tyler Lockett made that decision this offseason. Out here balling for the Seahawks now. Like, this too can be yours if the price is right. That's all I'm saying. Like,
so, Mike, what you're saying is his jumper ain't the only thing that's fading away.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I want what's best for him. I want him to be able to go out here and thrive and look good in the process.
Canty and Golick Jr., 2 till 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Shop Tyson's pre-Black Friday sale going on now and get a head start to your gift giving this year. Got a grill lover on your list? Surprise them with a new Pit Boss grill now 10% off. Craving to cook up a Best Gift Giver award? Check out the new Wave to Wet air fryer and pressure cooker and save $70. Don't forget to stock up on your holiday essentials with holiday lights, decor, baking, and more. All these great deals and more through November 14th. Shop in-store or online today at Tysons.com. Tysons, home, farm, auto.
Mike Greenberg, Greeny.
So Baker Mayfield is a guy who came into this season with probably as much riding on the outcome as anybody. He's in the same draft class as Josh Allen, who's gotten paid, as Lamar Jackson, who is now setting himself up to get paid, like a Mahomesian kind of contract. And Baker is the guy, for, I think, all of the right reasons, that there was some question. Do you pay him or do you not? And he bet on himself. And if he had a huge year, which he isn't, and if the Browns had a huge year, which they aren't, then he probably stood to make like $150 million. But now what's going to happen? So they've picked up his 5th-year option. This is his 4th year. So he's got one more year. Does he go the Kirk Cousins route? Like, does he try and position himself into a place where he becomes the franchise tag guy?
Greeny, 9 till 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
You and your phone have been through a lot this past year. It's been your lifeline to the world. And now some big wireless company is telling you got to buy a new phone from them and sign their contract? They don't control you. With TracFone Wireless, you can keep the phone, number, and network you already have. Already got a 5G phone? Keep that too. Because TracFone runs on America's best networks now with 5G nationwide. Plus, we've got unlimited talk and text smartphone plans starting at just $20. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. 5G nationwide access requires a 5G capable device. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5510 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5510. Enjoy.
Get your sports fix while you work. Download our free mobile app and never miss a moment. From the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, Adrian.
Jay, you like sushi?
Yeah.
Big sushi guy?
I wouldn't say big sushi guy, but yeah, why do you ask? That's a weird way to come out of the break and just be like, hey, what's going on?
I'm just trying to stay off topic. I'm tired of talking about Aaron Rodgers.
We're not talking about that, and I'll stay away from Rocky until like the last 5 minutes of the show. Then we're talking about Rocky again. But never would I ever suggest that any of you like, hey, while we're doing this, you can always tune into something else. But I feel that since it's only important if I go out on a limb and say like, here's my opinion on things, and I publish it and I put it out there in the internet and everything else, then I should also have you be able to see both sides of it. Dave Portnoy is having an emergency press conference starting right now.
All right.
So I'm sure he's on Instagram Live. There's no way I can stream this. His language is not going to happen. All right. So all we can do is just kind of get the background of it as it happens, what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to.
That's the Barstool guy, right?
That's the Barstool guy. Yeah. So
loser.
And Maddie, who's going to be at Happy Hour at Pints, there are right now 66,000 people on his live Instagram. He's going to expose
Jeepers.
He's going to expose Business Insider. He's going to call out the people who did it 8 months. The thing I don't get is if you go to his Instagram and you watch his videos that he put on there, and you heard a little bit of Adrian when he was like saying like, what took you 8 months to make this hit piece, I exposed in 3 days. He in his follow up, and it's in the ESPN 1170 AM. I said it's an opinion. Please stop following this guy. But he says he basically says he's known about this for 8 months, that they've been trying to put this together. He didn't come out ahead of it at all. He waited till it came out, and then now he's in 3 days he's basically said he's exposed the truth. Now I don't know if it's true or not or what he's doing. If I'm wrong on this situation, say like I feel bad that that he got accused of that. I'll say that. I do think a little of what he does is very misogynistic and not really worth it. And I guess maybe I gave him the attention that he seeks anyway, negatively. You don't really follow him. I don't follow him, but it was a guy who pointed out, Mike, he put on Friday, the most important thing to take out of this is if you're if you're a stoolie and you don't like that people say these things about him, the most important thing is instead of just being like, no, these women don't do this. I think the most important thing is to look at this CEO of Business Insider dropped his stocks. He sold stocks before the article came out. And they dropped like something in the 20s. Stock did, like 21% on Thursday when this article came out on November 4th. So that's the type of thing that's important to look at because that's a no-no. So my suggestion now, if he comes out and you believe him and 66,000 people are watching and you're like, hey, this guy has exposed Business Insider for frauds, buy stock in Penn Gaming. That's what I would do. That's what I'm going to be looking at because it's low now. So who knows? That's what's going on right now. I'd love to be able to stream it, but I'm not going to do that at all. So, all right, now we've got to
back to sushi.
Yeah, okay, go back to sushi. Yes,
I'm totally kidding.
Do you now? Why do you bring it up?
It just popped up my timeline. I just kind of
ordering lunch or whatever.
Maybe.
But give me a follow up. Did you have meatballs that day?
I did.
What'd you have?
I had that the mac and cheese steak sandwich. That was fire.
Good.
Yeah, it was delicious. And then I had a cup of chicken noodle, which is good. Really can't go wrong there. Shout out to Meatballs.
Did you do you like sushi?
Yeah, I love sushi.
What's your go-to?
I don't know. I don't really know what any of it is. Sushi. Just put it in front of me.
I
could eat like a bunch of it.
Spicy crab or whatever I normally get. Just
California roll.
California roll. Yeah,
volcano roll.
But I don't.
Las Vegas roll.
The only one I stay away from like shrimp tempura or something like that, though. I know that's out there as well. But, yeah. And actually, Mikey mentioned it, and it's something beforehand. Did you see this though? That that Cam Newton signed
Carolina Panther.
He's back.
He's back.
Superman's back.
Vaccinated.
Yes, he is.
Not on the injury report.
No, not at all. So.
I bet Cam's a critical thinker.
I don't. I don't. So Carolina that comes out. Sam Darnold's got an incomplete fractured skull, which, by the way, what are you thinking? Like, listen to me. When you are the SID, the Sports Information Director of the Carolina Panthers, and you're like, we're going to release this headline, nobody at all said, like, let's not use incomplete. No one at all said, like...
You saw it when I saw that. Right?
Yeah. Nobody at all thought, like, hey, there's going to be jokes about this.
Did
like,
I send you that one, too, or did you see
I don't
it
know
on
if I
Facebook?
saw it or if you sent it to me.
Can't even complete a fracture.
You can't even complete a fracture. Sam Darnold can't. Like, nobody, like, was like, whoa, pump the brakes on the title of what we're sending out here, because someone might make a joke out of this, and we don't, and that's the main thing. This is good advice.
Hand us info.
This is
Just
good
hand it to
advice.
us.
Dave Martin, the coach of the Davenport Southeast Little League team that made it like one game away from the Little League World Series, when the advice to the kids before they go out there, he's like, you're going to be mic'd up here and there or whatever else, and you're going to be on national television. And the advice to 12-year-olds, 11 and 12-year-olds is, do not become a meme. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
That's okay. Let's anticipate the problem. All right, we're gonna give this headline. Okay, what is the worst? Give me your worst burn out of this, and let's see how bad it hurts. And no one thought about that.
It's like they did it on purpose. Like, this is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, that's good too.
Tomorrow we're gonna sign Cam Newton.
Yeah, maybe he'll want to leave after we do this or whatever else. Maybe we can get out of this trade. The Cam Newton thing.
Any fantasy relevance?
Huh?
Any fantasy relevance?
Probably
not gonna start this week.
No.
You got him and Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, and they play at home against the Washington football team on week 11. His old coach.
Boom, boom, boom.
So, yeah. Oh, boy. Aaron's not going to like that at all. I know we said we weren't going to talk about him. But he's not going to like that. Everyone's going to be talking about a game, Carolina Panthers versus the Washington football team, and Riverboat Round versus Superman again. Huh. Okay, so... Not this week. They're at Arizona. They're going to get blown out. How long does Christian McCaffrey have before he's no longer there? What's their standings?
Hurt or
hurt? I think he's just going to get hurt again. Yeah. And I mean, does this change anything on the deal? Because you from the jump have been like Carolina's fraud.
Yeah.
So does this change anything for you?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't for me either.
Oh.
I was trying to look ahead at their schedule.
Whose decision was this? You think this is an owner's decision? They're like, hey, the coaching staff's like, we're going to send out PJ Walker. And they're like, who? No. Cam Newton's a free agent. Let's go get him.
Yeah. I mean, his agent had to call, too, and be like, it would be good PR for you guys if you brought back Superman.
Everybody bring you sell a bunch of merchandise again.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're a Carolina Panther fan, you probably are like, I can't imagine you're not okay with this move.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I can back this or whatever else. Gives me a little bit of light, maybe, and hopefully there's flashes of brilliance. But there's been times where people have had like a resurgence in their career, like a part 2 of it.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, Kurt Warner had like 3.
Mm-hmm.
Arena
Absolutely.
football.
It's doable.
The Rams, and he got hurt. Then he went to the Giants, and then he went to Arizona and took him Super Bowl. So it is possible. But the thing is where they're at. So they're 4-5 in the NFC South. And so that basically puts them 2.5 games back of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But as far as playoffs go...
Playoffs?
That's right. They're right on the outside. They are right now, if the playoffs started today, the Falcons would get in at 4-4. Just because Carolina Panthers have one more loss. The Panthers are at 8. They can make the playoffs.
They're not making the playoffs.
Okay. Well, that's going to be fun because we're going to take a look at that. We're going to start guessing the percentage to make the playoffs. And
0%.
I wonder if it changes. So, all right, let's do your power rankings. We didn't get to it. We didn't get to them yesterday.
That's my bad.
That's all right. No big deal. I didn't mind. The thing is, I just don't know where I put them at. Let me see. I don't know. Sometimes I hide things from myself. Yeah, who knows? All right. So, what do you have for your power rankings?
My power rankings.
Uh-huh.
Let's start at the top.
Very good. It's a good start. It's a good way to start it, yeah.
Here I am. I'm going to sit here and I think Arizona Cardinals. They are the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. I think it's hard to argue with that, especially when they're winning with Colt McCoy. So that's just shows you good coaching staff, good defense. People care about each other in that organization right now, and I think they're all there for each other, and I think they're the best team in the NFL.
Unbelievable. The Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals.
Wow. All right, who do you have it to?
It pains me to say this, and I'm not going to say much about it, but the Green Bay Packers. I still think with Aaron Rodgers there, and I think that Aaron Rodgers will finish out the year, and he's a bad man, like Stephen A. says, and in my opinion, they're the best, the second best team with Aaron Rodgers behind the quarterback. Now, they fall completely off if Aaron Rodgers leaves that team. You know, if he's for some reason was to miss more games because of this, or he gets hurt at some point, they fall way off, in my opinion.
Yeah, just don't. It's going to be interesting to find out if he's playing this week or not.
I would imagine he is. Yeah. We're not.
I don't think he has to too much worry about.
My fantasy team would love him to play.
Yes, I think for fantasy purposes, a lot of people would like that. Okay, that's who you have it to. Man, I wish I had my list. All right, go on. Who else you got? What's
at three? I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I believe I had them at 2.
I think people they just had coming off the bye week. It's a great time for have a bye. They're riding hot. They're going to win that division. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to. I would imagine possibly be in the Super Bowl.
Bingo, got him.
But Tampa Bay is my number 3.
All right, so I said I had Cardinals 1. I had Buccaneers 2.
Okay. Who'd you have 3?
The Tennessee Titans. They're not going to end up that way, but right now they're the number 1 seed in the AFC. If they can continue to win. I mean, they're in the driver's seat right now in the AFC. So I have them at 3.
That's my 4.
Okay.
I completely agree with you there. Which actually, I wanted to look at my other power rankings that probably are sitting over there on some sort of paper. I remember we were all writing them off last time we did this. Derrick Henry's gone, and then they come out and they win again.
Yeah. My 4 is the Packers.
Okay.
I think they're fine there. I don't know. Now the idea, like now OBJ is might wait till Sunday after Sunday to make his decision where he wants to go.
Is that right?
Yeah. No reason. I'm sorry. I wouldn't want him.
He came out yesterday and he said what he says he's down to 3 teams or something like that. Like, do those 3 teams even want him, or is that just where he wants to go?
Packers should. I think it's Packers, Rams, and who else?
Saints.
Chiefs. Saints.
Saints.
Packers, Saints, and Chiefs.
Yeah. Yep.
There's only like so many teams that can cover the 7. I think it's 7.8 million. He has 1 playoff appearance, 4 catches for 28 yards. He's not a game changer. I'm sorry. He's a clubhouse cancer.
That's why nobody pays him up off waivers.
That's right. Number 5. Who do you have?
The L.A. Rams.
Okay. I have the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. All right.
One of those things. They win ball games. I was down on them.
You never count them out.
I've been down on them all year long. They were down by double digits against the Vikings. I know it was at home. Came back and won that in overtime. They've got an automatic kicker. That doesn't mean much, but Lamar Jackson is just,
Lamar Jackson MVP?
But right now, I think it's him or Tom Brady. And I don't think it's, listen to me. Aaron Rodgers cannot win that again. I thought before it would be fatigue, but you cannot have.
No, absolutely not.
You can't have that. So, Josh Allen took himself out with that pitiful performance on Sunday, and too many of that. So I have the Ravens at 5. Who do you have?
I have the Ravens at 6. I said the Rams.
Okay. 5, yeah. Well, I have the Rams at 6.
So we just had them flip flops.
Yeah. Not a good game for them this past Sunday. Shows what you can do with just. It was not a lot of like blitzes or anything like. Just a strong defensive line. Stafford looked like some Stafford things that he does at Detroit. So, turning around, throwing balls to people who have the wrong jersey just doesn't really cut it. And you need to worry about it's just one game, But you need to worry about if those kind of games happen again in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do.
Expose a little bit.
That's
you
what you have to
gotta correct
do.
yourself.
If you're the Cowboys, you have to worry about that as well. That one game, and it's kind of like it's just one of those wonky games. But I have the Cowboys at 7.
I have the Cowboys at 7. I have Baltimore at 6. So I think I said that.
We're
right there. So yeah, Cowboys at 7. Same here.
Your 8 is going to be the Buffalo Bills.
Ding, ding, ding.
Me too. There's still speculation that they could be the best in the AFC. Their resume, once you go back and look at it, does not hold up. Not one bit. Number 9.
The Chargers.
Okay. All right. Not me.
Okay.
Patriots.
I have the Patriots right behind them.
Okay. I have the Chargers at 10.
Okay.
So our 10 is
pretty much right there. And now that I think about it, you're absolutely right. The Patriots should be better than Chargers.
They beat the Chargers.
Michigan State
Yep.
kind of thing. Yep.
What they're doing is fine. I actually think going through about the same type of season. I know there's an extra game. I believe the 2001 Patriots were 5-4 at this time as well. Just
they're just winning games, Bill Belichick style. That defense is playing hard.
Mac Jones has not been incredible.
No, he doesn't have to be.
I think he's at, is it 17-10, 17 touchdowns, 10 interceptions? So, it's not, he doesn't, you're right. He
has
doesn't
that many. I didn't realize he had that many interceptions.
I don't know. You can go to Pro Football Reference and check that out for me. But I think I don't think it's as great as people will be like, oh, McCorkle's going to be the savior. Like, you have to, if you look at his numbers, like, it hasn't been that great. At 11, this one won't be there for long, but I have the Steelers.
Okay.
Did you go past 10?
I did.
It's okay.
I didn't go past 10. I'm pulling it up right now just where the standings are.
That's fine. I'll just finish it out because the 12, 13, 14, 15 are boring.
Can I just say, like, after, like, even 8, in my opinion, it's all just a cluster.
It is.
It's just who's who every week is so different. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, why aren't some of these teams standing out?
All right. So that's the thing. We got to find the good teams and bad teams, and I think we can do that when we can start doing it when we look at the percentages and compare them to 538. My 12 through 15 just goes Browns, Bengals, Saints, Raiders. Boom. There it is. Chiefs on the outside looking in.
Yep.
Rest of it, I don't care. I mean, they can all figure out. I don't think Seahawks need to figure out 3 and 5. Russell Love muscle should be coming back. Broncos have a chance of doing some things at 5 and 4. And who knows with the Colts. 49ers.
Yeah, I think that ship sailed.
And for some reason, people are still in on these Vikings saying that they're probably going to come in. They're 3 and 5 right now, and they could be that 7 seed in the NFC.
It's a scary 7
They got to put together 4 quarters first before anybody is giving them anything at all. Like, they just don't do it. And neither do the Steelers, to be honest with you, and that's why I said I have them at 11, and they'll drop out of there. They don't put it together either. They play lackadaisical once they have a lead, and sooner or later, that's going to bite them in the rear end. So, well, that's good. Did you have any stats for the Mac Jones? Did you find him?
No, I didn't even look him up, actually. I started looking at other things.
Were you looking at
buying
tickets?
Interceptions, 7.
He's got 7.
10 touchdowns.
10 and 7. All right,
10
sorry.
and 7. So,
I gave him 17-10. That's where I got. That's where I was off. The 7 was
the numbers are there.
I'm dyslexic.
Yeah, sorry.
So, it's all right.
Sound like Rocky.
Yeah, exactly. A little punchy.
A little punchy over here.
A little punchy over here. All right, we're gonna take a break here. ESPN 1170 AM. Do I have a trivia question? It's a good. I think I do. Let me see here.
I thought you were gonna find a Rocky one.
No,
that's not fun.
No, I don't have. I don't have a good one right now. All right, I don't know. Would you really want me to come up with a Rocky one?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you don't. All right, we'll be right back here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local. Stay tuned.
Earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
This is Rachel Alger with St. Ambrose University, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Over the past few years, people in the Quad Cities have been buying online more and more. Now, since the pandemic hit, online sales have absolutely skyrocketed. Having an online presence was important before, but now it's an outright necessity. But don't worry, MyLocalCustomers.com is here to help. All you need to do is go to MyLocalCustomers.com to receive a free competitive analysis to see what Town Square Media can do for you. We'll help you find more local customers online and help grow your business faster. Town Square offers premium website services that get you new leads every day, plus a dedicated marketing specialist who will work with you the whole time, so you don't have to mess with updating a website. It's fast and easy with no contracts, so you can cancel at any time. Be one of the first to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising on ESPN 1170 AM. As a business owner, you know how hard it is to get people to cross a bridge to get to your business. These days, they don't need to. Find your customers and keep your customers. Go to MyLocalCustomers.com.
A comprehensive virtual Veterans Services event is happening October 1st through November 19th. The Quad Cities Regional Services for Veterans Project directly connects veterans to VA and community resources online for a 7-week period. Go to the Quad Cities Community Veterans Engagement Board Facebook page, complete the survey, and be contacted based on your needs. Choose VA claims, health care and burial benefits, access legal, employment and education services, and mental health, dental and chiropractic care, and much more. If you are a veteran, you don't want to miss this virtual event. The Quad Cities Regional Services for Veterans Project, October 1st through November 19th. Go to Quad Cities Community Veterans Engagement Board on Facebook or Google Quad Cities CVEB for the link to the online site. Facebook account is not needed. Brought to you by Unity Point Health, Trinity, Cobham, City of Davenport, American Legion Auxiliary, St. Ambrose University, Whitey's, MH Equipment, Breakfast Optimist Club, Exelon Nuclear, and ESPN 1170.
You know when you order a new video game, or a golf club, or a blender, and then it arrives at your door. You get a little thrill. Imagine how much more thrilling it is when you order a new car. With Nissan at home, you can shop for the perfect ride and order it without ever having to go anywhere. Sure beats a golf club or a blender. Buy a new car entirely online with Nissan at home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway. Thrill starts here. Services may vary at participating dealers, subject to applicable law. See dealer for details.
Black Friday's here at JCPenney, and so are even more new Black Friday deals this Friday through Sunday. Don new Champion apparel for the family, up to 40% off. Plus, find a little extra sparkle in your savings with up to 75% off fine jewelry. These deals and more end Sunday. Happy Black Friday, JCPenney. Offers valid on select items 11/12 through 11/14. Exclusions apply. Champion excluded from coupons. See store or DCP.com for details.
I'm Steve Weissman with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Odell Beckham Jr. is a free agent for the first time in his career, and he's going to enjoy it. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and Kim Jones report the Pro Bowl receiver will take some time before signing with a new team. A decision is expected in a few days. Rappaport says the Chiefs, Saints, Packers, Patriots, and Seahawks are all teams interested in OBJ. Elsewhere, Aaron Rodgers may not be the only Packer returning Sunday. All-Pro left tackle David Bakhtiari was activated off the PUP list. He's been out since tearing his ACL last December. Kyler Murray says his progress from an ankle injury is, quote, crazy good, and he's hopeful he'll play Sunday after missing last week's game. But the quarterback was still held out of practice on Wednesday. And Steelers wideout Chase Claypool is being called week to week with a toe injury. He suffered that Monday night, but the injury is not considered season-ending as initially feared. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6680 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6680. Enjoy.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
Yeah. It's a interesting Thursday here. Studio jamming here to Guns N' Roses, talking about all kinds of strange things. We started off with about a good 25 minutes of Rocky. What is in your top 5 now that we mentioned it, that we talked about it? I'm interested. Do you have your top 5 movies?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. It's hard. That's a hard question.
It is.
It's always a tough one because like you have so many different
And I
things.
forget things. I'm like, wait a minute. I
Sport
should
movies, and then like, oh, then somebody says something. You're like, oh, wait, maybe that should be in my top 5.
Almost Famous is in my top 5.
Shawshank is one of my top 5s.
That's
I like that movie.
I like Shawshank, but I don't lose my mind over it like everybody else. I mean, it's for some reason it seems like whenever when it's on like TNT, it's always a scene when they're on the roof or whatever else, and Andy gets him the beer or whatever else. Then I usually just leave it on the background. But yeah, I can't. I throw around top 5, but I don't have like a hard list. But I know Almost Famous is in the top 5.
We should think about it overnight. Come in with it tomorrow.
That's good. Yeah, Beautiful Girls is definitely in the top 5. Yeah, I can quote those pretty well. I know there's a lot in there that I should be in there. Yeah, and there's some that are left out, and I'm like, oh, I get it, But I can see Shawshank, but I don't go crazy over it. I've never seen any of the Bourne films.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some people think that's crazy.
No.
I've never seen any of the John Wick.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
But now I'm just kind of over it.
Now you also know I've never seen any of the Fast and Furious.
Never seen any of the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Those are must-watch films, Jay.
Are they?
No.
No. And I'm not going to go see Halloween Kills because of your movie.
It was awful.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Save your time.
All right, well, let's take a look because it's a weird mid-season here for the NFL and projections and what's going to happen here, whatever else, and where they're going to go forward. ESPN actually, oddly enough, when did they write this? It's kind of fitting. Yesterday, I didn't even know this. They're kind of doing the midseason report and where it's going to go as well. But I actually want to go at the 538 and try to see if we can guess where they're at. So 538 is they do the thing where they take like all the games and everything else and what the possible outcomes are, and they came up with percentage to make the playoffs, which is fine, win the division, and then to win the Super Bowl. Okay? Mm-hmm. And who we can have first round bye. Really, I think we should just focus on winning the division, winning the Super Bowl. Now, we can jump ahead to the standings, and I can give those to you and just kind of be like, oh, we can pass on like who's first right now. Because, I mean, if we're looking at the standings, excuse me, there are some, and we've talked about this before, some that it looks like it's a no-brainer. Mm. And then you have some like the Packers are, we would put them at a very high in the 90s percentage to win the North, right? And the Cowboys in a very high percentage to win. Why do I have that tickle in my throat? Anyway, and the Cowboys to win the NFC East in a high percentage. So those two we kind of know. And the Buccaneers probably should be up there too at 6-3. I mean 6-2. Saints are 5-3, so they're only a game and a half back, and they've beaten them. Tennessee is up. Yeah, they're up quite a bit. They're up 3 games on the Indianapolis Colts, so they should be high up there. So, mentioning those, I will just give you that to win the division, the Titans are at 99% according to 538, and the Packers are at 95. Cowboys are at 91% to win their division. Those are the only ones in the 90s right now.
Not even giving it to Tampa?
No, they're just short of the 90%.
87?
Good call, 88.
Ooh. Well, I mean, you kind of helped me out there when
Yeah.
you said just short.
But let's go to the ones that are kind of in a jumble, and I'm going to put this away now.
Okay.
Well, not really. It's the AFC East. So you got the Bills at 5-3, the Patriots at 5-4.
Those are the only 2 teams we need to talk about.
Those are the only 2 teams we need to talk about. If you're looking at making a gamble in futures to win the division, what percentage do you think the Bills have to win their division? What percentage do you think the Patriots have to win their division? So if we just put the lowest that we were at out of the 4 teams I gave you, we have the Buccaneers at 88. I think they're. You think the Bills are in the 80s, or you think in the 70s?
I think they're lower than that.
You think so?
I think they're in the 60s.
69.
Nice.
Nice. All right, you got the Bills at 69%.
67.
Okay, 67%. I'll go at 71%. And then for the Patriots, they got to be lower than that then, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll go 62% for the Patriots.
Okay.
Where are you at?
I don't know.
Interesting.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Because they play each other twice still, right?
Yeah.
42%.
Yeah, where's my sheet on that?
Just going to stick with my 42.
538 is saying that the Bills have 78% chance of winning. They're higher than both of us of
Okay.
winning the division. They have the Patriots at only at 52% to win. 22%. Sorry, 22% to win it. 22% is what they have. And I don't understand that. Let's see here. The Bills, they've got the Jets this week at the Jets. They got the Colts at New Orleans. Then you have New England at home week 13, at Tampa Bay week 14, Carolina with Superman at home, and then they're at New England again. So yes, they have 2 more, but they end up with Atlanta and New York Jets. 22% chance for the Patriots. Patriots, on the other hand, are at. Patriots have
the Bills twice. They've already played the Jets twice. They have Miami again, don't they?
You've got Cleveland this week. Atlanta, Tennessee at home, at Buffalo. Then they have a bye. Then they go Colts, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Miami. Miami's going to shut it down by week 18. Jacksonville's done. Buffalo at home is going to be the big dog there, and I think Buffalo is going to make a difference there. That's an interesting one. And please, our friends from Elite Sportsbook, tell me you have a futures to win it. I mean, we can go there is other sites, but we always like to go to our friends there first. Give me my futures at Pro Football Futures to win the AFC East. Patriots are 17-4. So basically, they're just over plus 400 to win the division. That's not bad.
No, I actually like that bet a lot. I think that's something that they can pull off, especially when we see in Buffalo kind of.
I think they're going to stumble some more. Buffalo is.
Mm-hmm. They got a couple games that could stumble there.
That's not a bad bet to go look at. Patriots. Okay. The AFC North. Ravens at 6-2, Steelers at 5-3, Cleveland Browns at 5-4, Bengals at 5-4. What do you think the odds are for Ravens? I mean, the percentages to win the division are for the Ravens?
56.
Okay, Steelers.
4.
4. Cleveland Browns.
36.
What did you say for the Ravens? 56?
Yes.
It's 58, according to 538. Steelers are at 14%. Browns at 19.
I was close.
Yeah. Bengals at 9.
How was my 4?
I like the 4. I like it a lot. 4. It's at 14%, obviously, actually.
1, 2.
I already gave you the AFC. All right, the AFC West. Chargers sitting at 5-3. The Raiders at 5-3. Chiefs at 5-4. Broncos at 5-4. It's a fun one to be paying attention to. What do you think the Chargers' percentage is to, according to 538, to win their division?
37.
Okay. What do you think the Raiders' chances are to win the division according to 538?
12.
What do you think the Broncos are?
Man. 16%.
Okay. And finally, the Chiefs.
30%.
You're pretty close on the Raiders and the Broncos. It's 15% for the Raiders. It's 14 for the Broncos, according to 538. Mm-hmm. The Chargers are at 49% chance to win, percentage to win the division. The Chiefs are at 23%.
Yeah, so I was pretty close to
even though they're third in the division, they've got the second best percentage to win that division. We know the East. We know that's a locked up thing there. We know the North is kind of locked up. All right, so looking at this, we already did Tampa Bay's. What do you think the Saints' percentage to win the division is?
10%.
Close. It's 9. Good job.
I almost said 9.
Yeah. Good job. And then the Cardinals, we talked about that. What do you think the Rams' percentage to win the division is?
Let me look at this.
8-1 Cardinals, 7-2 Rams.
Wow. I don't like the Rams' schedule. 21%.
20. Very good. So here's now, if you're looking at, because 538 is going to do things. They're going to look at the schedule. They're going to look at play accuracy, and they're going to go and do forecasts, and basically by running games by 10,000 times simulated or whatever else. The best percentage to win the Super Bowl right now, the Cardinals have 15% chance to win the Super Bowl.
15?
15. The Buccaneers have 14% chance.
Wow, they're the second best?
Yep. The Titans have a 13% chance, and I just don't see it. I'm sorry, without Derrick Henry. If they win without him, it's a great story.
What do you do if you win without him?
Vrabel should be up there for Coach of the Year.
Absolutely.
Huh? Yeah, you know what? But then wouldn't it be a great story if AP turns around and if he's 80 cents on the dollar of what Derrick Henry was? That's a great story. So I guess I can't keep them out. And according to AP, he was kind of miffed that no one was calling him ahead of time anyway.
Yeah.
So,
which I completely agree with him.
Yeah. The Packers have a 10% chance to win the Super Bowl, according to 538. The Bills, 8%. The Ravens, 8% as well. Rams, 7%. Cowboys, 6%.
What in New England?
New England to win the Super Bowl is all the way down to 2%. So,
man, I like New England a lot.
Yeah.
Just something.
I do like that odds to win the AFC East. This might be a thing of like the Bills just trying to figure out what happened to their season and how good they thought they were. Unless Josh Allen can be the Josh Allen
I can't believe that Tampa Bay has the second best odds to win the Super Bowl right now.
Josh Allen has to be the Josh Allen in 2020, not the Josh Allen in 2018.
Yeah.
Or else the Bills are just completely and utterly screwed. So,
yeah, you got to take steps forward. He seems to be moving backwards or diagonally.
The Giants, the Panthers, the Bears, the Dolphins, the Jags, the Jets, the Texans, and Lions have less than 0.1% chance to win the Super Bowl. That's gotta feel good.
I agree.
They've got, that's gotta feel good. The Bears, however, have a 0.5% chance to win their division, and a 5% chance, though, according to 538, to make the playoffs.
So they're telling me there's a chance.
That's right. They could still make the playoffs.
We're gonna lose to Detroit.
Yeah, boy. Oddly enough, they do have the Vikings at 27% chance to make the playoffs, meaning that they come in at the 7, but the Seahawks are roughly higher than them at the 30%. So what they're saying here is Cardinals win the division, Buccaneers win the division, Packers win the division, Cowboys win their division. Rams would be the next one in, according to the percentages. And then Saints, and then Seahawks. That's where according to 538 and their percentages, that's what you're looking at for your playoffs. Now goes Titans, Bills, Ravens, Chargers. That would be your division winners. Then the 5 seed, according to 538, would be the Chiefs, The Browns would be your 6. The Patriots are your 7. That would then put, according to this percentage, what they do at 538, and this is the same people who do like political polls and who's going to win the percentage. This isn't just like a random sports site. That would put the Patriots, that would put the Patriots at the Bills. 3rd time in the season. That would be the 3rd time.
That's never fun.
No, that would be the 3rd time in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 times in 7 weeks.
Wow.
They have to play each other.
It's not fun for either one of those teams. Neither one of those teams want to play.
No.
Belichick wins that 3rd game every time.
100%.
Every time.
You count your season out, Bills, if you don't get the 1 seed or the 3 or whatever else. I agree with you. Nobody in their right mind is betting against the Patriots in that game.
Well, wasn't it last year where didn't the Saints beat the Buccaneers twice in the regular season and they played in the playoffs? And I was like, there's no way the Saints win this 3rd game.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, I like that. That's a different spin on things because we can all
I'm
look
blindly just throwing out numbers too in that thing, and I was just nailing it.
You did a good job.
Feel pretty good right
look
there.
How good you do at this. So it's it's one of those things like you can go to like CBS Sports and everything else and be like, okay, well, this is what they're saying and kind of follow that, or you can just look at the numbers based on poll, like how they actually use it. They have a system of how it all works, and I like looking at 538 when it comes to that stuff. All right, let's take our break, come back, and then let's look at next week's announcement let's look at the finalists, who's going to be for the MVP awards, and I want to get your thoughts on who you think's going to win. We'll be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
Hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah! You like that? You like that?
This is UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
Since 1978, Advantage Advertising has been your one and only choice for promotional products and corporate apparel, all with your company's logo. At Advantage Advertising, you'll find products that are perfect for golf outings, company anniversaries, holiday parties, or health, wellness, and safety programs. We're accredited by the Better Business Bureau and a long-standing member of the Quad Cities Chamber. Visit AdvantageAdvertising.us to see all of the possibilities. Advantage Advertising, a proud supporter of Iowa State Athletics.
The holiday hustle has begun. Click, click, click. Buy, buy, buy. What if you could surprise loved ones with gifts inspired by stories instead of stuff? What do I mean? Well, at QVC and HSN, a pan from the Curtis Stone collection isn't just a pan. It's Curtis's love for his grandma, who taught him to cook. And sure, a Barefoot Dreams cardigan is made of lovely material. But what it's really made of is the Cook family's drive to make the feeling of a hug into something wearable. And wow, wouldn't those be special stories to tell when the people you love open the gifts you put so much love into finding just for them? That's the kind of inspiration you won't find stocked haphazardly on shelves. So, whether you're shopping for mom, dad, girlfriend, teacher, fur baby, or baby, find them a gift with meaning at QVC and HSN. We bring life to products and products to life, and the life you bring to it is the best gift of all. QVC and HSN. This is shopping brought to life.
Chris Canty and Mike Golick Jr.
I also need to know where my camera is because I do need a little bit of advice for a certain friend of ours here that we have seen. Because I enjoyed watching the New York Knicks. I enjoy what they have brought to the table on all this. Evan Fournier is a great addition for this team. We have seen him bring so much to all. I just have to invite my brother in arms here to come down the road I have been on. It's time to come on home. All right? I have been given this advice by people in my life that care enough about me to help. And so that's all I want for everyone else here. Tyler Lockett made that decision this offseason. Out here balling for the Seahawks now. Like, this too can be yours if the price is right. That's all I'm saying. Like,
so, Mike, what you're saying is his jumper ain't the only thing that's fading away.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I want what's best for him. I want him to be able to go out here and thrive and look good in the process.
Canty and Golick Jr. 2 till 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Dell Technologies' biggest business sale of the year has arrived. Step up your vision with top tech up to 45% off during their early access Black Friday event. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Plus, get incredible savings on Windows 11 PCs, along with servers, monitors, and docks, all with free shipping. There's also special financing with Dell Business Credit. Get started by contacting your Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Mike Greenberg. Greeny.
So Baker Mayfield is a guy who came into this season with probably as much riding on the outcome as anybody. He's in the same draft class as Josh Allen, who's gotten paid, as Lamar Jackson, who is now setting himself up to get paid, like a Mahomesian kind of contract. And Baker is the guy, for, I think, all of the right reasons, that there was some question. Do you pay him or do you not? And he bet on himself. And if he had a huge year, which he isn't, and if the Browns had a huge year, which they aren't, then he probably stood to make like $150 million. But now what's going to happen? So they've picked up his 5th-year option. This is his 4th year. So he's got one more year. Does he go the Kirk Cousins route? Like, does he try and position himself into a place where he becomes the franchise tag guy?
Greeny, 9 till 11 on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Fall sports at Augustana College are putting a wrap on their seasons. Soon, we'll be moving inside the Carver Center and the brand new Anne Grieve Lund Natatorium. There you can cheer on Augie basketball, swimming and diving, men's volleyball, men's and women's wrestling, and women's water polo. Exciting non-conference and CCIW action is just on the horizon. Check complete athletic team schedules at augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
Car old? Need it sold? Get rid of that old car and do a good deed at the same time. Plus, clean up your yard before the snow comes. It's the Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction. That's right, it's back. Donate your car, truck, or SUV, and if you live within 40 miles of Coal Valley, they will even pick it up, even if it doesn't run. All donations are tax deductible. Call 309-799-7044 or check them out online at arrowheadyouth.org. Car old? Need it sold? Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction in Coal Valley.
Max Kellerman, now heard in the mornings with Keyshawn and Jay Will on the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Back here in the Hassle Castle. Pew pew. Brought to you by the R Bar, our friends there, the Twins. For those of you who've been around this entire time, open the show, or still out there driving around doing errands because maybe you don't have to work today because it's Veterans Day, and thanks to all the veterans. We open the show talking about Rocky IV, which you're going to watch tonight. It'll be at the theaters. There's 2 showings. There's a 7 o'clock and 7:05. It is filling up, though, as well. Trying to read a little bit. Listen, I don't want to take away the experience from you, but apparently this is also going to be streaming tomorrow. It's a director's cut of Rocky IV. So, and I can't stop reading about it and trying to
Can't wait.
I can't wait till tomorrow when I give you the... Hey, you want a spoiler alert about my movie review? It's either going to be 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down. I say you'd be like the Fonzie, yay. Hey. I say you get 2 thumbs up there. So anyway, oh man, I can't wait. Anyway, and also in between, we're listening to Dave Portnoy's his press conference where he's debunking the Business Insider thing, which is kind of interesting. And he has some good points, and I'm not gonna lie. For as much as I say I don't like the guy, and I'm the one that wrote the thing and said, "Hey, stop following," because I do think there's an influence that he has in the younger generation and what they're doing. But if you are into this type of thing and you want to know like what's going on, I think it's something you might want to watch. I will probably, I don't know. I'll go talk to Maddie about this. Mm-hmm. She's a supporter of his. Kind of tough when you're. It's hard to have, like...
Just the way he talks, I don't like him.
I know.
Just right there. That's most I've ever heard him talk. I'm just like,
it's hard to...
Not my person.
It's not an argument, but it's just kind of like, it doesn't... No matter what you say, it's like, yeah, but... And I'm like, okay, whatever. All right. It really is. It's the whole thing. Let's take a look real quick before we have to sign off for the day. Let's let's take a look at the finalists MLB for the Major League Baseball for the awards, because Major League Baseball announced them the other day, and I know we talked about it briefly on Tuesday, but I want to get your input on it as well. And I know it's baseball. It kind of seems like, well, what's the point or anything like that, but I mean, I like these type of awards. I do. And it's always good to argue them, whatever else. And the majority...
Why can't I find the finalists anywhere?
Well, and then the other thing is that you guys all like to argue that Bryce Harper shouldn't win anything, and guess what? It's just because... I wrote to a friend. I was like, people are going to lose their mind when Bryce Harper wins it because they don't like him for no reason. There's not a good reason at all. I don't know, get it, but... it's every time, Adrian, without fail. Every time we needed something, I need the internet to just get going. It just takes a little bit slower than before, and I have no idea why it's not going. But I will tell you this. So they're going. Here's how it goes. It's just drug out next week. I mean, just blah. The Rookie of the Year will be announced Monday, November 15th.
Okay.
Manager of the Year will be announced November 16th. Cy Young will be announced Wednesday, November 17th. Thursday, November 18th, will be the most valuable player. So here's what you have. Let's see. I like this. I like the MLB one. There it is. I like the MLB version of this better because they kind of really go into detail. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each one of them like I did on Tuesday, breaking down their numbers and of everything. But for the Rookie of the Year, it's Dylan Carlson of the Cardinals, Jonathan India of the Reds, and Trevor Rogers of the Marlins. Trevor's a pitcher. He would be the third pitcher to win it since Fernandez and Dontrell Willis. India's an infielder for the Reds. Carlson's an outfielder for the Cardinals.
They all won it with the Marlins?
Yeah, they'd be the third one, to win it for the Marlins. Rookie of the Year in the American League is Randy Arozarena, Wander Franco, and
couple Tampa Bay Rays there.
Huh?
Couple Tampa Bay Rays there, right?
Yeah. And well, great. Now it just took me to like some other site. I'm just reading who's up there, but okay, here we go.
Is there a third one?
Got it. Huh?
Is there a third guy?
For Rookie of the Year?
Mm.
Yeah, Luis Garcia, pitcher for the Astros. Not going to win it. It's going to be Randy Arozarena. That one is, I'm telling you right now, he's going to win it. Wander Franco came up after the Super 2. He put together a nice little hitting streak and everything else, but it took him a while. He was flirting around the Mendoza for a while.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
He does not have as many games as Randy does. Randy's going to win this. They're not going to give it to Luis Garcia.
Who do you like in the National League?
To win that?
Yeah.
Jonathan India of the Reds.
Yeah, that's kind of who I'm thinking too.
That's just a way.
I just don't want to give it to the Cardinals either.
Yeah, and it was kind of like from start to finish, that was the name that we knew as far as fantasy baseball goes. And I know fantasy's not the same how it computes, but that's what it is. Manager of the Year. In the National League, you have Craig Counsell of the Brewers. He's a two-time runner-up. You have Gabe Kapler of the Giants. They won 107 games. And you have Mike Schlitt of the Cardinals, who's no longer the manager there. This isn't the first time something like this has happened where he could possibly win it. I think this is Gabe Kapler's. He won a division. No one saw this coming.
Nobody
107 games, and you held off the Dodgers.
Like absolutely.
Craig Counsell
went to Game 7 with them.
Yeah.
Or was it Game 3? I don't remember.
Well,
what is it? Game 5? Is that what?
Yeah, and then there's kind of iffy call there on check swing, but that doesn't change anything. Craig Counsell's a two-time runner-up. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride type of thing.
And bad Goofy.
If it was, exactly, I can't get over it. I will always say that.
Not my guy.
And without that 17-game winning streak, this guy wouldn't be in there. And you can't just take 17 games compared to 107 wins. Period.
Yeah,
it's Gabe Kapler. Now, Dusty Baker for the Astros, Kevin Cash of the Rays, Scott Service of the Mariners. You would think right away you're going to be like, oh, Dusty Baker. It's a volatile atmosphere, but I mean they're in the playoffs every year. Kevin Cash of the Rays, he won it last year, got them back to winning the division, which is a tough division when everyone thought the Yankees were going to win it.
And the Red Sox were kind of like the front runners for a long time, but everybody did think the Yankees were going to win that division.
But the Mariners had 93 wins.
Yeah. They were
right. They were right there the entire time, but it's still the Mariners or whatever else. I think it's actually going to go to Scott Service.
Yeah.
That's where I think it's going to go.
You don't think not making the playoffs doesn't hurt him a little bit?
Maybe.
It's a lot of wins.
If Dusty wins the World Series, I think he's got it. It might be. You know what? I'd have to look at. I knew on Tuesday. Has Dusty won it before? I know Kevin Cash won last year, but
does anybody ever win it back to back?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, off the top of your head.
But does Dusty get it as longevity? Just a career award? That's the thing I'm kind of thinking about. But I do think what he did at the Mariners, I mean, can you name 3 Mariners?
Kyle Seager.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. 93 wins, pretty good. Cy Young, Corbin Burns of the Brewers, Max Scherzer of the Dodgers, Zach Wheeler of the Phillies. Max is a multiple-time Cy Young winner.
I don't think he wins it.
I don't think he wins it either.
Getting traded, moving. I mean, he wasn't lights out at all compared to what he has been.
I believe it's going to go to Corbin Burns of the Brewers.
Yeah.
He's like up there.
It was impressive what he did.
He's almost got the triple crown for
Mm-hmm.
everything, like ERA, strikeouts, all that stuff. So,
Wheeler,
wins.
good story though. Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
A good story. Finally kind of being healthy and,
Same thing here. A name you haven't heard of in about 5 years. Robbie Ray of the Blue Jays is American League Cy Young candidate. Lance Lynn of the White Sox. Garrett Cole of the Yankees. I think Robbie Ray is your favorite here. He is the same. I think he led the American League in ERA and strikeouts, and he's up there like 12.9 per 9 strikeouts. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The American League won. If Ohtani doesn't win it, I am shocked. I feel bad for Vladimir Guerrero. Great season, absolutely. Guaranteed he's going to win this MVP, and if not next year, it will be within the next 3 years he's going to win it.
Who was the other finalist?
Marcus Semien had a great year, set a home run record for a second baseman, and a 1-year deal with the Blue Jays. He bet on himself. He's going to be a top free agent in this year. He would be, any other year, he would be an MVP. But what Ohtani did is amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing.
Nobody's even touched
It's a lock. The Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis, every single one of them have an argument. Every single one of them. Juan Soto had a great second half of the season, so did Bryce Harper.
Mm-hmm.
Fernando Tatis, 40-20, so over 40 home runs, 20 stolen bases, and did it within about 122 games. He had lingering shoulder issues. I think Tatis is out because of the 122 games. Losing, I'd like to see their record, and I'm not breaking it down. Maybe it's something to do tomorrow, or maybe it did something next week to be like, what happened during those 40 games? What's the argument there? Let's say they went, I don't know, 15-25.
Yeah.
Now, does that prove like he's the MVP because his WAR was this, wins above replacement? Or let's say they turned around, they went 25-15, then it proves the opposite. It depends on what your argument is. If how bad you want Fernando Tatis to win it. I want Bryce Harper to win it. I think he's going to.
I was kind of shocked that Austin Riley didn't get a nod in there for being in the MVP. I think he kind of got snubbed there a little bit. He doesn't have the season he has. The Braves are never where they're at.
That's true. And Freddie Freeman came out and said he is the MVP of our season.
Absolutely.
So that's one that's going to be the most interesting. I just have this feeling like if Juan Soto wins the MVP, he will be more excited than if Bryce Harper wins it.
No, he's gonna be like a little kid.
Yeah. Which it kind of makes me want him to get it because I want to see like all the social media stuff. And
going against your boy.
Nah, because I want everyone to just understand how good Bryce Harper is and be like, okay. And it also, I have like this weird memory of things, and this will only be a minute because then we got to go. But my neighbor, she works at filling station. It's in your group or whatever else.
Yep.
And her boyfriend or whatever else, and he's got they go golfing or whatever. And it was in the summertime. Not late. It was later in the summer, so it's in the second half of the season. And I'm doing some yard work or whatever else, and this guy comes out, and they're younger or whatever else, and he goes, I will lose my mind if Bryce Harper wins the MVP. He's not going to win it. He does not. And in my head, I'm like, he's got the numbers, but I'm not going to start an argument with somebody I don't know. It's not an argument, but I'd be like, oh, if you want to talk sports, let's do this real quick. While you guys are on your way to golf.
He just walked out. Yeah, he was talking to her.
No, he wasn't. It was his buddy, the foursome. They're loading up the truck with their golf bags and everything else, and they're talking sports. And he basically is like, no way, Bryce Harper's winning the MVP. And I was like, ugh. have you seen the numbers that he's putting together lately? Like, he's got a shot. So I just
You said that out loud?
No, in my head, but I wanted to just be like, hey, you guys want to talk about this real quick? But I was like, I'll just mind my own business and talk about it later, whatever. But it will be the story that I bring
I'm
up
gonna
later.
talk to him about this weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to a wedding. So,
Oh, are you?
Yeah, so
yeah,
we'll
just
be
say
at
like,
the
hey,
same table.
you were golfing. You're some of your golf buddies, and this guy didn't like Bryce
Just
Harper.
gonna randomly be like, Bryce Harper's definitely winning
I
the
don't
MVP, guys.
I don't think it was him that said it, though.
Oh, okay.
I think it was his buddy, whatever else. So I just was kind of like, kind of want to just be like, oh, get ready for it if you're going to be that upset.
Put a flag up. Put a Bryce Harper flag up in your yard.
Just when he has friends over every time. Yeah, just waiting till next year. All right, we got 10 seconds. All right, we got to get out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe and sanitized. Take care, Quad Cities.
1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a Town Square media station.